What's going on, everybody? My name is Manny. I'm the founder of carsandcredit.org. And what we do is we help car shoppers connect with dealers that can really help them. And we save you time, anxiety, and headaches. Today, I wanted to talk about buy here, pay here. There's a lot of misunderstanding. I talk to a lot of customers sometimes, and they kind of get confused of what buy here, pay here is and what buy here, pay here isn't. So I just wanted to take an opportunity to make a brief video to explain, buy here, pay here. What is buy here, pay here? What kind of buy here, pay here are there? What is in-house financing? Is it the same as buy here, pay here? I also, I created a page on the website. So there will be a page called Buy Here, Pay Here. What is Buy Here, Pay Here? And this video will be on there. And essentially, the video is just going to be a summary of that page of the text for those that are too lazy to read. Okay, so let's jump right into it. What is Buy Here, Pay Here? As you already know, Buy Here, Pay Here, just like it sounds, is just you buy the car there and you pay there. You're paying the dealer. But there are two types of Buy Here, Pay Here dealerships, right? So there is the traditional old school buy here, pay here. This thing started in the early 90s. They've been around forever in the early 90s. For those that are from Rhode Island or Massachusetts, when I was younger, I'm old. I look young, but I'm really old. When I was younger in Rhode Island, we used to go, this is like 2002, 2003. We used to go to Attleboro in Massachusetts. Attleboro is a town. It crosses Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and there was a dealership called Looney Tunes, and he had cars averaging $4,000, $3,000 at the most. They were always less than 5 grand, and he will always sell cars that we liked. Back then, we were into like Bonneville and the cop cars and Pontiacs and stuff like that. So he always had those, and he will be about 3 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand. And that guy did buy here, pay here. That was my first buy here, pay here encounter. That guy, if a car was 4 grand and you brought 2 grand, he will help you with an installment to pay the remaining balance of the $2,000 remaining balance. If the car was 5 grand, you bring three, he'll let you drive off, and he'll ask you to come up with the $2,000 balance later, and you just pay in installments. That's buy here, pay here. That's what buy here, pay here is. That's the old school guys. Those guys, I don't know. I don't think Looney Tunes are still there in Attleboro. But that's the original buy here, pay here model. Whereas the dealer will come in and work with you and you pay in installments, bada bim, bada boom. No questions asked, no credit check, none of that. But over time, a new form of buy here, pay here emerged. And this buy here, pay here, it got more formal and it got more official. And essentially, what happened was it wasn't no longer cars that are 4 or 5 grand retail. It became cars that are 15 grand. It became cars that are 20 grand. And what dealership did was they were at some point car dealers were tired for two reasons. Car dealers were tired of the banks turning their customers down. You have a customer, because essentially the banks makes decision based, they use an algorithm to make a decision whether they should approve you for a car loan or not, right? So you apply for a car loan, you submit a credit check, you submit how long you've been at your job, you tell them about your income, blah 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 bim. And all of that is sent into an algorithm that creates a risk factor, a score, and that score really determines whether they're going to finance you or not, or up to how much they're willing to finance you, or up to how much, if they need down payment or if they need a co-signer. But what happened was dealers got really, really tired of seeing banks turning their customers down, where in reality, the dealer felt strongly that this customer just might need a second chance or a third chance or a fourth chance. Just because The dealer, unlike the bank who uses an algorithm and he's sitting somewhere in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Is Sioux Falls in South Dakota or North Dakota? He's sitting somewhere in Montana and you are somewhere in Maryland, in Baltimore, or you are somewhere in Austin, Texas, and that bank is making decisions about your life using an algorithm, whereas the dealer is sitting right across you and he knows you, he feels your energy, he knows that you're a good person, he knows that, something happened, you got sick, you got laid off, you got into a car accident, you got pregnant, something happened, you were not able to keep up with your payments, and your story just makes sense to the dealer, and the dealer knows that you just need a second or third chance. Maybe you co-signed a family member, and they did not, honor their payments, and the car got repoed. And maybe a family member used your name to get some utility bills. It's all over the place. Maybe sometimes it could be like, you got into a car accident and the bank, the insurance company didn't want to pay. And so the bank considered it a repo. Sometimes you lose your job, you cannot keep up with the payments, so you do a voluntary repossession. All of these things will be on your credit report, and all of these things will negatively impact you on the risk factor when it comes to the algorithm determining whether you should be approved for a car loan or not. And so the bank, the dealer was just tired of seeing their customers being turned down when they knew deep inside that this will be a good customer and they will need a second or third chance. So what happened was they formalized it. So now the dealer started providing their own loans instead of letting the customers walk away. Because they felt so strongly that this will be a good customer. This is why in Buy Here Pay Here, the dealer interview is very much part of the process of the approval process. Most Buy Here Pay Here dealerships will interview you. I mean, they'll look at your pay stub, they look at your job history, all of that. But at the end of the day, they will also interview you because they want to make sure that you're a good person. They want to feel you out because they're married to you. They're not just selling you a car and walk away. They're providing you a loan, and if you don't pay, then they have to go repo the car. And essentially, it's a marriage between you and the dealer. Because before, it was a marriage between you and the bank. The dealer just sold you a car, and the bank sends them a check. But now the dealer is going to be married to you, so now they want to make sure you're not going to be a pain in the ass. They want to make sure that you're a good person, that you're going to do right by them because they're really taking a big chance on you because the bank doesn't want to. And that's the birth of the big Buy Here Pay Here that's formalized. So essentially, what the dealer does is they create their own bank, right? They create their own bank and they become their own underwriter and they do their own approval. And this is the new wave of Buy Here Pay Here. The second reason why they started doing this, they started formalizing it, is because when a customer has bad credit, a lot of people don't know this. The dealers know this. Those that are in the industry, they know. When a customer has bad credit, the bank takes a lot of fees out of takes a big cut out of the dealer's check. So at some point, it's actually not even worth the dealer's time. And so they end up turning you down. So a brief example is, let's say a car is $10,000 and the bank approves you for $10,000 loan. The dealer is selling you a car for $10,000. The bank has approved them. But instead of the bank sending us $10,000, sending the dealer $10,000, they'll send the dealer $8,000. Or they'll send the dealer $7,000. And these are called bank fees. When a customer has bad credit, there's a hefty bank fee. And sometimes it's like $2,500, sometimes it's $3,000. And it's not worth to the dealer. It's not, the dealer doesn't make a profit on that deal, so they just cancel the deal. Whereas when a customer has amazing credit, there's no bank fee. Or sometimes there's like a $99 bank fee. I remember when I had my own dealership, Westlake will only charge us $99 for credit scores that are $700 and up. It only charges $99 bank fee. And sometimes when they really want it, they'll just whoops. Sometimes when they really wanted the customer, they'll waive that bank fee for you. So two reasons. Banks, dealers got tired of seeing their customers walk away when they knew deep inside they felt strongly that this might be a good customer. And the second thing was the dealer fees the bank fees just went up to the roof and dealers got tired of that. So Buy Here Pay Here went from being a small car lot with no credit check, just payment installments, to being formal car dealership with $15,000, $20,000 cars with a bank, with a sister company that's a bank that finances that car for you. And that is known as in-house financing. That's what in-house financing is. In-house financing is just essentially the formal model of Buy Here Pay Here. Instead of just installments, they're formalized it. They will check your credit. They will put a GPS on your car, and they will provide you with the car loan. The dealership provides you with the car loan. The guy that owns the dealership also owns the bank, and they make their own decisions. Some car dealerships, essentially down the road, they might sell your car note to another bank if they need cash, or they might be financed. You don't even need to know that as a consumer. This video is for the consumers. For those that want to get into the car dealership, Buy Here Pay Here business, let me know, and I can tell you how that works. But this video is really for the consumer that wants some clarification of what Buy Here Pay Here or in-house financing is. So Buy Here Pay Here one, payment installments on cheap cars. Then he became Buy Here Pay Here formalized, with a structure, with a bank that is also owned by the dealer, and they make their own decision, and that is called in-house financing. Anyway, so my name is Manny. I'm the founder of carsandracredit.org, and what we do is we connect car shoppers who are looking for a dealer that can help them and not waste their time. Check us out. Check us out at carsandracredit.org. We have an amazing questionnaire. It's our signature 60-second approval quiz, and it just asks you a few questions, and based on those answers, we know which dealer that can get you done in a record time.